Um, okay, so Wife Stalker. You said you didn't like that movie. I actually liked it. I actually enjoyed it. I'm just gonna go through like some of the actors and actresses. So the main character was played by Keshia Knight Pulliam, Grace
Hmm.
Byers, and her husband. I think you pronounce his name Trai Byers.
Hmm.
Um, so those were the three main actors in the movie. And Grace and Trey, they're married in real life. And I think they're producers and actors and actresses as well. So I thought it was interesting that Grace Byers played like what was supposed to be the mistress in the movie, even though she's his wife in real life. I thought that was interesting, like to play that role. But what did you think about the movie? Like, what's your opinion of it?
So to start off, let's go with I'm going to talk about Trey and Grace Byers. First off, love Grace Byers. She's an amazing actress. I love both of them on Empire because this is like their what eighth movie together maybe because on Empire they played sworn enemies. Remember she was Anika Boo Boo Kitty or something like that,
Mhm.
and he was Andre. He was crazy on the show or whatever. And so it was weird, he's up there with that one lady that was playing his wife, and she's making out with this one. And it was just like, oh, that's so weird.
I don't know if I
But
can do that.
no, I would be like, cut, it's over. Here's our contract. Here's the money back. Like, no. But I think with this one, what I liked is that maybe they're at the point because they just had a son.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she just had a baby. If you go on her Instagram, she talks about her journey and everything. But um, what I like is that in this one, he's having the affair with his wife in real life. Like, I know this may sound crazy, but
I
we know,
know. I thought that was so cool.
yeah, because Hollywood they can tell you or make you do some wild stuff on the camera.
Mm.
And I want to say like what I really liked was that because I was like, okay, he's not kissing someone else, he's kissing his wife.
Yeah.
When he's in the bed with his wife or Rudy, because I'm always know her as that. Um, Keshia Knight. She I just didn't like her character.
Oh my
But
God.
I
Why?
was so upset because I was just like what? What the hell is this? Like, because when the plot twist happened, I'm like, what? No, you got the nerve to get mad at her, and you were the same.
Yeah, I thought that that was odd. I feel like there's gonna be a part two because of the way
Mm-hmm.
that the movie ended. Um,
Mm-hmm.
because that at the end, um, Grace Byers, I forgot her name in the movie. What was it? Oh my God, Piper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which her real name wasn't even Piper.
Yeah, it was like Pamela or something like that. Piper
Mm-hmm.
was just like, oh, basically like it takes one to know one, like I guess like a
Thank you.
murderer or something
Mm-hmm.
like that. And so I was like, takes one to know one, a murderer. What's gonna happen to those kids? Like she's still
Mm-hmm.
watching those kids. She's still with um, what's his name? Trey Byers. He was on the phone listening in to their conversation
On that landline,
on the landline while Keisha was locked up. So I was just thinking.
cussing on the other end of the phone.
Yeah, cussing on the other end of the phone, deranged. And I thought it was so interesting because the whole movie, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, man, even though that's his wife, Keshia Pullum, I thought that was his wife the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the way that they positioned her character, like saying that, oh, I've been with you for 13 years and all of these things. I just assumed that was his wife and those
I
were.
did too.
And then at the end, the little girl called her by her first name. And I'm like, oh, that's not her mom, her calling her by her first name. And then it all
Mm-hmm.
started to unravel that she was living in some like deranged fantasy this whole time. And then it took me back all the way to the first scene where that lady was
Mm-hmm.
in the bathtub with her hand out. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that was okay. So it came together at the end, which I kind of like, but I kind of don't like because I'm like, why are you lying to me? I felt like the movie was lying to me the whole time, all the way into the end.
Mm-hmm. So my question was, um, Why wasn't the cops called when the woman died mysteriously? Was it ever looked into? Was it? It was like some unrealistic stuff happening. That's my only thing with
No.
some Lifetime movies. Like they don't show if it was investigated. I'm like, now y'all know goodness well if someone was to die in real life like that,
Yeah, it would be
it would
in
have been yeah. Nobody's getting scot free. Hell, somebody would have got blamed for it. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
So my question is, so they weren't married?
No, they were never married. She was his like the family assistant. So she
Mm,
worked for them the whole 13 years and she was
mm-hmm.
jealous of the wife. And so like the wife went to go take a bath or something and she drowned her.
Oh my gosh.
She drowned her, but when she confessed to her mom, she was like, "Oh, she was fighting back." And I'm like, "Well, does she's fighting back because you're trying to drown her because you want her life." Like she wanted her life this whole movie and she didn't even get it at the end. She just she was just deranged. She was just in love with this man and wanted these kids and wanted this family. And it was all in her head the whole time. And she never got it. And then when he moved on to somebody else that he really wanted to be with, she got even more upset and tried to off her too. And I thought it was so weird because I'm like, this man just he's just attracting like murderers. Like the lady that he's dating, like she
He
had
crazy.
ex-husbands and stuff that one was
Uh-huh.
in a coma, one died mysteriously, and then he got another lady. I'm like, he got all these women ready to murk somebody over him.
So the son wasn't her kid either.
No, I don't think any of them were her children
Wow.
because they never said mommy the whole movie.
I noticed that. That is, but you know what? There's a message behind that. Do you get the message behind that part?
What's the message?
I say the message is be careful who you let in.
Hmm. That's
And
good. I'm glad you got that message. I didn't get that message,
yeah,
but I
she,
get it now. Yeah.
um,
Well, yeah, be careful who you let in because somebody might be because and then the way that they said that like he fell for her all fast and stuff like that. Like he had just met her. Oh, that's ghetto. My free minute my it said my free meeting will end in 10 minutes. But but basically like the way he met her, he like fell in love with her all fast and stuff. And then he
mhm.
went right to his wife. He was like, this ain't gonna work. And he like, you can have whatever you want. I hope the divorce settle. Well, he didn't say you can have whatever you want. He just said he didn't say anything about divorce. That's what it is. And he
That
served
threw it off.
papers. I thought they were divorce papers, but when they went back
Mhm.
at the end of the movie and they like went over everything, he sent her a termination letter. Like basically, I'm like terminating your employment with me. Probably because she was being like obsessive. She like slapped the lady in the face and everything. She was tripping. I thought that was his wife for real.
I did too. I was like, okay, she has the right to feel how she feels, you know.
Yeah. She's like,
And
I've
then
been
like
my mind
when
in
it,
bed 15 years.
I was like, what the? And then when the little girl was screaming because she was trying to take her or whatever, I was just like, why would she be screaming? She's going with her mom. And it threw me off. And then towards the end, I was like, oh, so she was deranged.
Yeah. And the little girl saw what she did to her birth
I
mom. But she
know.
was scared of her this whole time. And I didn't gather that throughout the whole movie that the little girl was scared of her. But I did, like you said, when she went to go take her out of her father in his new woman's house, she was screaming.
Mhm.
Like, oh my God, I was thinking that too. Like, why would you be screaming?
If you're going with your mom,
Um, but
it. What's the rating you give? My question.
I like the movie. So what is this? Out of five stars? Out of 10 stars? How many stars?
10. Let's do a 10.
10 stars.
Mm-hmm.
I give it a solid seven. I give it a seven because it had me at the edge of my seat, and I don't like movies that are predictable. And I didn't predict that ending. That was a little twist. They got me.
I'm gonna give it a 6.5. All right, almost 7, but a 6.5.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it that only because I feel like it was kind of rushed. There was a lot of
It was rushed, yeah.
cliffhangers